Hi, my name is Bryant Koshu, and I'm a concept artist at Skydance Interactive. I'm also teaching a digital drawing course for beginners here at ArtCraft. Today, I have a bit of a sneak peek of what I'll be teaching you guys in the course.
Rule number one, always work in layers. Now, layers are like sheets of stacked transparent paper on top of each other. So as you can see, this blue is on one layer, this green is on one layer as well, this red has its own layer, and this purple has its own layer as well. So as you can see, because they're in layers, I could just literally move them anywhere I want. Now will be like completely impossible to do if this was in a traditional pen and paper setting, right? So yeah, that's what's really great about Photoshop. And another thing is, let's say currently I have this red on top of the blue color, right? Now let's say if I want this blue on top of the red. So basically what I can do is I can just grab this layer and just drag it up above the red, and boom, there you have it. Now I have this blue on top of the red. Now, this is really important because you never know when you may encounter a moment where you have to adjust certain part of the painting. Imagine working for a client and the client tells you to, oh, this castle needs to be a little more to the left or a little more to the right. Imagine how hard it would be if this wasn't one layer. Basically, I have to paint out this whole section and then, repaint the castle again, right? But not with Photoshop because it's in separate layer. I could just literally move this aside or to the right, however, wherever I want, right? And same thing with this bird. I could just bring it closer to the right side of the building or a little higher, or I could just even increase the size and make it seem like it's coming at you. And yeah, pretty much everything in this scene is broken up. Like this foreground element has its own layer, this little hut has its own layer, same with this, same with that, and same with this mid-ground elements right here. So yeah, it may take some practice, getting used to this workflow with layers, but it'll save you in the long run. Rule number two, understand some of the tools Photoshop have to offer. So this image that I'm working on, as you can see, there's this whole gap of the left side that is pretty much unused. So if I just use a crop tool and just squeeze it in, oops, right here, boom, there you go. Now we have a proper canvas and image setup. Let's say if I want to make some decals onto this mech. Basically what I can do is if I press hold Alt and just drag this over, I can make a duplicate of it. And what I can do is if I press Control T, this will give me this free transform tool where I can just adjust this a decal any way I want. And if I hold Control, basically I can just squeeze it in and fit it to the right perspective. And there you go. That's good enough. So I have this one decal right there. And let's say if I want to add a text, right? So I have this TB02. So if I hold Alt and drag it over again, let's say I want to put it right here. Okay, so I'm going to press Control T. Oops, wrong one. Right here, Control T, and then transform it onto here again. Notice though, we have an arc right here, right? But the text is pretty much straight on. But no worries, what you can do in Photoshop is there's a warp tool where I can just warp the text to fit the body. So now it feels as if the text is warping around this entire body, right? So really neat stuff. And all I can do is, if to make it fit more with this image, I can just go to here to drop the opacity as if it's kind of sharing the light that is bouncing onto this text as well. Same with this little decal, I can just drop the opacity a little to just kind of like harmonize with this entire body. There's also this thing called a marquee tool where basically if I were to click and drag, it creates this dotted line orb, and what it's basically saying is that it's a selection where in Photoshop it's telling me that, hey, I can't draw anything outside of this. So this is really cool because what I can do now is now that I have this center glass orb selected, if I press Control U, this menu pops up and I could just change it to whatever color I want. So really cool, right? And if I want to get rid of it, Control D, and boom, I pretty much have a new colored centerpiece right there. And also, let's say that I don't like this arm color. Maybe this arm should be black instead of white like this, right? So what I can do is I could just pretty much paint in this darker tone like this, and as you can see, it's just pretty much painted with a flat color, right? And what you can do now is you can just apply some layer adjustments by going here and just start applying these different layer treatment and see which one feels the best. And I think I like maybe a hard light. Yeah, I like hard light best. So boom, there you have it. So now we have this darker arm. And last but not the least, we could also adjust the entire image by giving some layer adjustments. So I have this level and this vibrance to make it look more stylized and clean. And to do that, basically what I did was I went down here under the layer and boom, applied some, let's try giving some hue and saturation this time, okay? So this is basically an adjustment where it just kind of affects every section of the layer. So I could make you know, the red version or the green version or yellow version or whatever I want. So just like a final layer treatment to use later.
These are just the tiny snippets of what I'll be covering in the digital drawing course for beginners here at Artcraft. So yeah, if you guys are interested, please come join me on an 8-week journey to learn more. See you guys soon.